Class 187. Kinematic pair. Now you know that for a machine or a mechanism, okay, a small difference between a machine and mechanism, we'll see later. For any transfer of motion from one to another, there is need of at least two links. So when two links are joined together, it is called as kinematic link pair or shortly kinematic pair. So the condition is the pair should have relative motion and that motion should be completely constrained or successfully constrained. Completely constrained means the motion should be according to the desired one. Motion should be directed as per the designer or successfully means at least 90%, 95%. For example, like in belt drive, there is slight slack in the belt, but it is okay. So here now kinematic pair. So there should be at least two links. Let us see what all they can be. Say sliding pair, turning pair, rolling pair, screw pair, etc. is there. See, this is sliding. A square bar in a square hole. It is sliding. Okay. This is turning. Okay. This is screwing. This is spherical. Here we have sliding as well as turning. Both is there. Here you can have sliding like this and turning like this. Okay. So you have here degrees of freedom. Okay. 1 degree of freedom only in one direction. One direction. One direction. Okay. One axis. Here you have two axes. Spherical you have x, y, z. All the three directions. Here also all the three directions. Okay. So see degrees of freedom. You can see here x, y, and z axis. There are actually 6 degrees of freedom. In detail, it is not required to you, but just for knowledge. So, linear motion in each axis x, y, and z forward, backward, up, down, or left, right, forward, backward, up, down, or left, right. This is 3 degrees. Next, rotational movement, rotational freedom with respect to each axis, with respect to x, y, z. They are called as yaw, pitch, and roll. Yaw, okay, with respect to one axis, okay, and roll, pitch, okay. So 6 degrees of freedom are there. Now, so there are different pair that is regarding with the degrees of freedom. So it can be turning pair, rolling pair, it can be screw pair, wrapping, spherical wrapping we will see later, or you can do Google search and see wrapping pair. Okay. Now, types of constrained motion. Okay, there is need of constrained motion. Otherwise, we cannot convert energy into useful work. Energy can be converted into useful work only if the motion is transmitted according to the constraints, means according to the conditions. Constraint means it puts limitation. Okay, so that the energy is transferred in a particular fashion. Suppose there is flow of water, it cannot be used effectively. But if you construct a dam and then direct the flow of water, that hydraulic energy can be utilized for doing work. That means you are putting constraint on the motion of the water, right? So types of constrained motion. Completely constrained. Okay, so this is completely constrained. Example. Okay, this is incompletely constrained. See, it can slide as well also rotate, which is how it goes. We are not sure. Here you are sure. Only one case. Here not sure. Okay, so incompletely. Okay, see, this is completely. This is incompletely. But successfully constrained motion means it can be incomplete, but if you put some extra load, etc., it will become complete, successfully constrained. See here, a load is put on here. Here you have an end cap here. So you restrict, say at one point you put an end cap, and there here you put a load. So translatory motion, linear motion is prevented, restricted. Then it can only rotate. That happens. Example, in cam and follower. In cam and follower, what happens is, see, there will be spring action in cam and follower. This will be put in the spring. Okay, this will be held upward by the spring. Now, follower actually makes it linear motion. Okay, so like that. So, if you put a load on that particular shaft or the link, say, it becomes successfully constrained. The load can be due to load of some part, or it can be by gravity, or by from spring tension. So if you restrict, see here also a figure is given, same figure. Okay, completely constrained, unconstrained. You have 2 degrees of freedom. If you have only 1 degree of freedom, it is completely constrained. And if you do it by force, etc., it is called as successfully constrained. Means you it is as good as you are having completely constrained. But we don't call it as completely constrained because its constraint depends upon the load. Suppose you remove the load, by nature it is not completely constrained. By nature it is incompletely constrained. But you put a load here or spring here, then it becomes successfully constrained. Completely constrained, incompletely constrained, successfully constrained. Most probably in questions will not be asked much, but check the question papers. Okay. Next, classification of kinetic pair. Based on the nature of contact, the pairs are broadly classified as lower pair and higher pair. Pair means what? Jodi. Okay. Now, okay, we will take this in the next class. Otherwise, video will become long.